Microsoft VS Code is a lightweight, fast, and highly customizable code editor that balances efficiency with powerful features. With intelligence and smooth resource usage, it keeps coding seamless and responsive. With built-in GIT plus a feature-rich ecosystem and a robust debugger, make it a go-to tool for multivarious developers at all levels and domains. In this episode, we will download and install Microsoft VS Code in Ubuntu Linux and Windows 10. So stay tuned, stay focused. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we'll be installing the VS Code. VS Code is a free software from Microsoft and this is used for various types of coding. So let us go to the website of VS Code. Here let me search VS Code and type enter. So here you can see the particular website is there. It is Visual Studio Code, abbreviated as VS Code. So now on, we will not take the full name. Instead, we will call it VS Code as it is abbreviated. And here you can see the VS Code name is also displayed. So let us go to this particular website. Here you can see the most important thing, your code editor redefined with AI. Nowadays, AI is in high tide. Earlier, I have made an episode on GitHub Copilot. So here you can see now the GitHub Copilot is coming along with the Visual Studio Code installation. That means you don't have to pay any charge for the Copilot to be used along with the Visual Studio Code. Obviously, you have to take the free plan of Copilot, and if I down scroll it, here you can see the interface. Let me zoom out a bit. This is basically the environment of the IDE, which is Visual Studio Code. Earlier, we have made an episode on Genie IDE. There is a lot of similarity. However, there is a most important difference here. You can see you can integrate the Copilot, which can work as of your assistance. Like you are flying an aeroplane and you have a Copilot, right? He can take small task from you, but however, you will be flying the plane. Here, the concept is same. Here, you are doing the coding and you can take the help of Copilot for some particular block of code. You need some kind of assistance. There is lot of prompt you can give here, like the chat GPT, and here you can see the GPT 4.0 module is getting used here. Accordingly, you can integrate the code suggestion from Copilot into your actual code. So here are a few things, that is this paperclip is to attach context, add the date to chat with the extensions, and type to use the commands. So here you can see, here you can do a chat with the Copilot. We will have a GUI tour in the next episode. This is the installation and awareness episode because there will be lot of details about the VS Code that have to be shared. Now let me down scroll. Here, if I stop over, you can see choose the models that work for you. This is for the AI, that means the GitHub Copilot. So here is a drop down button from which you will be able to select the particular GPT model that you want to use. And here an expert on your code base. So Copilot locally indexes your code base to understand what relevant and supplements that context to interact with the Copilot. So your Visual Studio Code is talking to the Copilot, and this is some personalized to your needs. I think that you can easily grasp, so I'll not touch it. Here's the most important part. Activate Copilot for free. No trial, no credit card required, just a GitHub account. In upcoming episodes, I'll also show you how to create a GitHub account so that you can get the Copilot free, and you will use that particular account to log in Copilot inside your Visual Studio Code. So here you can see create faster, that means build with Copilot edits. That means your coding will be faster. Here there is a snapshot, right? You can see the GitHub Copilot is giving you the results as per you are writing your prompts here in this particular box. If I scroll down, here you can see code efficiently, and we are using the AI powered infuse directly into your editor. That means whenever you are using the editor, you do not need to go to a browser and from there you have to take the help, come back to your editor, and then you would restart your code. Not like that. So this part is cut out. So here directly inside the IDE, you can ask the Copilot to give the suggestion and directly you can take that suggestion in your code. Here is another beauty of VS Code. This is similar to the Genie ID we have already talked about earlier. So here you can see there are a lot of extension, and in actual example episodes when we will be showing the examples post installation, we will go and see all these extensions. So you can see a snippet is provided here. To go to the extension marketplace, you have to click in this particular URL, and you can see there are 60,000 plus extensions are there. So here you can see the Python is there, C++ is there, MongoDB is there. This is I think for the web development, and Azure is there. So lot of code extensions are there. This extension will help you when you are typing a particular syntax, right? These will help you to autocomplete feature. Nowadays, if you type in your Google, right, it tries to complete the sentence. Those similar things you will get with these extensions for Python, for C++, for C#. Okay, all these extensions, you can install these plugins, and all these extensions will be helpful for your coding, because you will start the sentence or line of the code, and they will give suggestions from where you can pick the correct one and you can complete it. So a lot of effort is alleviated, a lot of cumbersome work is alleviated using these extensions. This is a very beautiful feature in Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Here is another thing, code in any language. This is a particular IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. Hence, you can use JavaScript, those who are coding for the websites. C++ could be there, HTML again, PHP is again, it is for web development. Java is there, C# is there, TypeScript is there, Python is there, Markdown is there, and this is Windows PowerShell, and this is YAML. So all these type of languages, various type of languages you can code, and you have to install the respective extension for code completion. Okay. Another thing is that you can have themes. If you're not liking this particular theme, it doesn't suit your mood, this is a default, you can go and change your theme as GitHub Lite Modern, and there are a lot of more options. Okay, so from there you can change. There is setting sync, and there are profiles. You can create profiles so that once you switch the profile, you get the different flavor and taste of the interface. So this is customizable. This IDE has this kind of feature because some programmers do programming in black background, some prefer white, some prefer different other colors. So from person to person, their taste varies, and accordingly their theme can also vary. This is Code Anywhere. Okay, VS Code has option, the built-in source control and GitHub code spaces. So you can use these things to code anywhere. To sum up, you have a integrated terminal. This was there also in Genie. You can run the code. You can version control. That means like CVS. You can do the version control. You can build tasks. You can have a local history. There are themes, there are accessibility, and there are web support. And most of the important feature is you have the Copilot inside your IDE. That is the most beautiful thing, so that you can take the help sitting in the Visual Studio Code interface, and from there you can take suggestions of code or any other suggestion and directly implement all those things inside the code right away. You don't have to go somewhere else then come back. Now I'll go back to the top of this particular page, and here you can see there is a link for other platforms. In today's episode, we will install the Visual Studio Code in Linux, that is Ubuntu Linux. Right now I am in the Linux environment, and also we will install this in the Windows environment. So for that, first we have to download the packages to install. So for that, I'll click this link, go to other platforms. Now here you can see we have our Windows packages listed here. The Linux packages are listed here. Either it could be .deb or .rpm, and the variations are here. Similarly, Windows variations are here, and those people who are using Mac, they also have the version. That means you can have a cross-platform experience, whether you are a Windows user or a Linux user or a Mac user. You can use the Visual Studio Code in any of these operating systems. Say for some reason you are switching from Windows to Linux, or Linux to Windows, or Linux to Mac, or Mac to Linux, or vice versa, so Windows to Mac or Mac to Windows. You have a dual boot. In any architecture, you are switching from one operating system to another operating system. In both, you can have the VS Code installed and you can code anywhere in any of your operating system, whether it is Windows, whether it is Linux, or whether it is Mac. Let me click to download the Debian package as we are in the Ubuntu operating system. So here you can see it has started downloading. And I will again go back and go to the Windows version. I have here in this particular machine Windows 10 in the another partition. So I will download the executable file here for the installation. So here you can see we are downloading. Right now I'm connected to the internet, and that is the one important thing. You should be checking that whether you are connected to the internet or not before downloading the setup files and the packages. So with that note, I'll go back to this particular page where we have downloaded. So we have downloaded the Linux Debian package as we are using the Ubuntu, and we have downloaded the installer for the Windows. So first I will install this in the Ubuntu, then I'll switch the operating system and there I will install the Windows version. Let me close this particular browser. I'll go to the terminal. I'll go to the download folder and I'll do a ls. So here you can see the Visual Studio Code Debian package is there. To install this particular Debian package, we have to give a command sudo then dpkg, that is dpkg -i, that means install, and then I double click on this and do a middle click here to get this package. Now I will hit the enter key. I will type the password and you can see it has started installing. So this is a way, if you download the DEB package, you can use this command line option to install this particular package. Don't worry, I will provide this. So here you can see it has started installing. The installation process is ongoing. So here you can see a window has came. It is saying the installer would like to add the Microsoft repository and signing keys to update the VS Code through apt. So it is asking whether you want to install the apt base, that means the repository, yes or no. That means whenever the update comes, right, the updates will come through the system update. And for that, if you add this repository, right, inside the Linux installation, you will get the version automatically updated by the system update. So we have to select yes, and for that you have to use the right and left arrow to move yes or no, and you can see yes is highlighted now, and I'll hit the enter from my keyboard. It has proceed for the next further steps. Here you can see that after giving this particular instruction, couple of process steps have been happened, and here again we are back at the terminal. That means the VS Code has been installed without any error. If there was an error or there is a dependency package that is needed, you will get the message here, and accordingly you have to act. So how to troubleshoot this kind of errors? We have made a video on Stack Overflow, and the link will be provided in the description. In case you are stuck at some point, so for any dependency or something, you can go ahead, put that error in the search box of Stack Overflow, and you can get the solutions, because lot of techies put solutions in various ways a problem can be resolved. And I'll close this terminal, and now I will go here, show apps, and here I will type searching the VS Code. Here you can see the Visual Studio Code is here. I have clicked the icon and you can see the interface has opened. So here the purpose of the installation is done, and for Linux we will stop here. Now we will move on to the Windows partition for the installation. Hey guys, welcome back. We are in the Windows partition and we have downloaded the installer package of vscode already. Now let me go to the downloads folder, and here is the installer I have kept in this particular folder. Here you can see the vscode user setup. We have downloaded it already and I will double click to start the installation. So here you can see the end user license agreement or EULA is there. You have to scroll it down and then click the I accept the agreement. And I will click on the next. So this is giving the path of the installation and I will click the next. Let me meanwhile close this particular window in the background. So here you can see the name is Visual Studio Code. I think 3 is my typo. And here you can see the start menu folder. We remove this 3 and click on the next button. So here I will click. You can see create a desktop icon and open with code options. I will also enable. And here register code as the editor for supported files and the add path requires for the shell. I'll check these 2 boxes also. Now as I have checked, now I'll click on the next. This is giving the summary. Means this is the destination folder where the files will be kept during installation. Here the start menu folder will be named as this and additional information that we have checked. So here is the summary and you can check if anything you want to change. Say you want to change this, so you have to go back using this back key and you can change this folder or rename the folder. Here everything is okay. Let's click on the install button. It is showing preparing to install. So the installation process started. You can see the progress bar is going on. And you can see this has came, the launch Visual Studio Code, and it has finished the installation. Linux and Windows, in both cases the installation was very simple and straightforward and very easy to do. So we will launch the Visual Studio window. I click finish. And you can see already a desktop icon has came on. So we maximize. You can see the window of the VS Code here and our installation is successful. For the Copilot part, right, you have to register for the GitHub. That we'll do in the next episode. In case you have Windows 11, the process will be similar. And let me close this particular window. We are done here. Thank you very much for watching up to this point. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In case you have some dislikes, put that as in words in the comment section down below. And bye for today.